Hey, ComiConverge fans, Aaron Sagers here at WonderCon. And of course, Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is on its way back, and we got to talk to the cast about their missions for this season and what the heck is up with Coulson. Which version of Coulson do you personally enjoy diving into the most? Because we now have Captain Marvel past Coulson, we've got pre-Loki Coulson, we've got S.H.I.E.L.D., and now this new thing, who seems like a very bad guy, who seems to be borrowing fashion tips from Nick Fury, lots of black. Which version have you enjoyed kind of getting into the most so far?
You know, I'm a big fan of Road Warrior, and when I get out of a truck like that, that's a fun version. So whatever I'm playing lately, that's what's fun for me.
That's okay, cool. And I mean, I guess as far as Mac goes, like we've seen him take on these leadership roles, but now like he's the boss. He's the boss man. What kind of leader are we going to see him evolve into in this season of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Well, I think initially you're going to see a learning curve. Mac is still seeking the guidance, from Coulson, but there's going to be a lot of sacrifices along the way, and mistakes made. But eventually, Mac will step into his own and be the leader that you hope he would be.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And as much as you can say, I mean, it's wrapped up like a mystery about who this Coulson is, but will you guys get to clash against one another as this semi-Coulson and Mac, can you say?
Based on 601, it seems like it's destined to happen.
Maybe.
I'm a threat. He's the director of S.H.I.E.L.D.
You think you could take him?
I don't know. I don't.
Depends what he is.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't know. I don't know what we're dealing with. I don't know.
All right. Okay. Well,
I have no superpowers or anything.
talk to me a little bit about your mission that we saw in the premiere, and then what you can tell us going forward, and also, man, your relationship seems to go through a lot. Like,
oh my God. Well, listen, talk to this man about that.
I will.
It's
That's
his
going to be your
fault.
question. So, I mean, just talk a little bit about this mission and just kind of
Yeah.
your dedication, but also how heartbreaking this is going in there and then, hey, maybe we found him. Oh, maybe we didn't find him, you know?
Yeah, I think she's just fully determined, but it doesn't come without its, trials. And she's always been used to having that person in fits of her, her partner. And she's isolated herself now because she just can't cope with the idea of failing, of not being able to get him back. And so she's just compartmentalized him not being there and is determined to get him back, and that puts a lot of her other relationships under strain because she's, Daisy and Davis and Piper have sacrificed a lot to help her, and she almost can't acknowledge that because if she does, that might take away from her mission and she might, fail.
Right.
So she's being kind of selfish in her desires right now, which honestly she kind of has to be.
Yeah.
She's going to get it done.
And it's probably deserved. Like, she's earned that selfishness a little bit. And I guess this is where I put you on the spot. I mean, obviously, as a storyteller, we need our characters to go through a lot of drama and tragedy and everything. That's interesting. It's not interesting if people are just having a grand old time and everything's cool. But is there ever a limit where you're just like, okay, maybe we've done too much to these characters to the point where, will the fans still be along with us for the ride? Yeah.
No, you always worry about that, especially with Fitz and Simmons, where they've been ripped apart so many times, and so we're really not trying to play the oh my God, will they get together? Because they probably will, because it's because they're forever love. And so we really look at, I think we feel it more with them because everyone, May's been through so much, and Yo-Yo had her arms cut off, and Coulson's died like 30 times. So everybody's been through a lot of loss, but I think everyone really relates to it's Ian and Elizabeth, I think, what they bring to those characters. And so I think they can plug themselves into that kind of loss in a way that feels very personal, and I think they're so vested in them. But everybody, when you can't go over 100 episodes without really doing terrible things to people.
Yeah, yeah. Do you have anything to add to that? Like, I mean, when you see these scripts, you're like, oh, okay, someone's dead again, someone's separated again, someone's heartbroken again, or is it just like, you know, what's your reaction when you see yet another moment?
We
Like,
try and do it in fresh ways.
Oh, of course, and I think we're all fully kind of weirdly so invested in these characters to the point where it's probably unhealthy for all of us because we've lived with them for so long at this point. And Jeff Loeb is my favorite boss.
Loeb really is the best.
Yeah, he is. So I don't care what you say about him.
okay, now you can really say what you,
No, I think everything is, you know, we're along for the ride with these characters and everything comes from somewhere. You know, it's not just for the sake of it. And I think we're there for the highs and the lows, and as an actor, it's amazing to get to play those. As a lover of Fitz and Simmons, I don't want them to ever break up, but as an actor, it's great.
Hey fans, thanks for hanging out with us at ComiConverge, where we are all about comics, cosplay, and caring. I want you to subscribe for more videos and check us out on social.